All right, guys, so here is my Psyduck. He's all complete and finished. I love him. I think he's super adorable. I really like this one. I might be biased because I really like Psyduck. But I'm gonna show you some of the process. I'm gonna get into that right now. I always try to black out the character in the background so that way he doesn't peek through when you look at it from different angles. Once the card's finished, you can kind of see, got a couple of layers on the leaf, and then I've got this mountain. And then I put some resin that you can see shining on the background on the ocean. And I take these code cards like this, and I give it some layers. Pick out the next thing that I'm gonna work on. So for this particular card, let me show you. So I'm trying to have it be a couple of different layers. So the first layer that you saw is the background, and that's where I have the cloud lifted, the clouds lifted. I have this mountain in the background lifted, and then I've got this tree leaves in the background lifted. The second layer that I'm doing is gonna be this boulder. I think it's the next part of the foreground that I'm gonna try to layer. And so I worked on this and created this. You can see some of the layers that I added. I tried to give a roundness to some of the rocks. I always paint all the different edges. This, and so we can kind of start to see it come together. And then I'm gonna put the Psyduck next. And so with this Psyduck, I've got this Psyduck layer. I cut out mostly all of him, like I don't have any of the beach background because that'll be the last one I do is gonna be this beach background. So I've got Psyduck. I raised his little bill up, and I raised his little foot up, and I put his hair in that back arm in the background and that little foot in the background. So this is one of the last layers that I do. And as you can see, I do kind of do this like tilt thing where I cut out this side and that side and cut out the Pokemon so that way I can have like a depth. And then I put them in there and line them all up. So it looks kind of like he's sitting there in the sand. This is the resin I got on Amazon. It was the cheapest with the most amount, and it works really well actually. I'm doing this one-handed, so it's a little rough, but it'll still look good. Pew, pew. And so I'll let this cure, and then I'll put it together and show you all the rest.